everything. I am recording this. I do post this on my YouTube channel. If you miss any of this or you need a recap, certainly visit the YouTube channel for Catherine Cat Ramirez, and you will find it there. I promise you. And if you don't, certainly reach out to me. At the end of this presentation, you'll have my contact info if you stay to the end. So I do like this to be a dialogue, not a monologue. So I do get you guys engaged. I do want your feedback. So anytime that you have a question, stop me. I have the chat box up. If you have it specific to your business, you know what? I charge $250 an hour. This is time to take advantage of my resources. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Social media marketing to grow your business. If you don't know what you signed up for, that's what you signed up for. I have over 30 years experience. I have 3 successful businesses. I use social media to grow every one of my businesses, and everything that I'm going to walk you through and teach you is everything that I utilize for my business to grow. So there's no smoke and mirrors. It's all for real. And I'll take you step by step on what you need to do to grow your business. And if I go too fast or you can't hear me, please raise your hand. Let me know. Because again, love the feedback. Okay. So the one thing that I want everyone who is part of this workshop to understand and realize is I don't care what kind of marketing you do. I don't care if it is digital ads, SEO, blogs, email marketing. I don't care what it is. Consistency is the king of your ROI, return on investment. If you're not consistent, there is not ever going to be an ROI in anything that you do. And I will tell you from 27 years of corporate America working for ABC, NBC, CBS, Telemundo, and then now almost 8 years now working for myself, that consistency is the number one thing that makes a business stand out and grow, period. Consistency. So if you're not consistent with whatever it is that you put in place, then you're not going to grow the business properly. Okay. So if anything, please know that consistency is king. And I really, really need you guys to understand and embrace that. Okay. 76% of consumers say that if you market to me, your audience, I will remember you. Okay. Your consumer is saying, hey, market to me, and I will remember you. But you can't just do that one time. It's not a one-off. And this is again where consistency plays the game. It's the, what is it called? The formula to the madness is the more consistent you are for your future customers, reminding them who you are, what you do, and how to get a hold of you. That's what you're doing. That's the name of the game. From the beginning of time when we started marketing on, box radios to where we are today on digital, that's what we're trying to do. Somebody has their mic on, you got some background noise, so just mute your mic, please. So keep in mind that consistency is what helps a consumer understand who you are, what you do, and how to get a hold of you. That's the whole purpose of marketing, is to remind them, and some people call it brainwashing, right? Is to remind them over and over and over who you are, what you do, and how to get a hold of you. And that's why you need to do it every single day, day after day after day after day. I get clients that come to me and say, Kat, I don't want you to post, 5 times a week. I want you to post 1 or 2 times a week because I don't want to really inundate my future customers. And I'm always like, dear, you're never going to inundate them. There's so many messages out there. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is you want to understand what is the problem you're solving. And this is where I like your feedback. Anybody want to share, and you can do this in the chat. Anybody want to share the problem that you're solving? And again, you're getting my feedback. So that's really, really important if you really want to benefit from this. So what is the problem you're solving? Anybody want to share theirs? Anybody? Any brave soul? Nobody wants to share. Okay, we'll use this example. This is a PI attorney. So what is PI attorney? Oh, sorry. So is that public injury? Public injury attorney. Yeah. PI attorney. So PI attorney. So PI attorney says, hey, when you slip and fall, call me. When you're in an accident, call me. So you know very clearly the problem they're solving, right? When they say you slip and fall, call me. When you're in an accident, call me. This is why it's so important to understand and know what is the problem you are solving. And I can attest to this and tell you guys that a lot of clients that I meet with will always just give me a general answer. They don't understand the problem they're solving. You really need to define the problem you're solving, okay? So I can use me as an example. We created hashtag social buzz, the $99 a month social media management, because people couldn't afford social media management. I'm solving a problem. I'm giving back their time and I'm making it affordable. Okay, so what is the problem you're solving? You should jot that down on a piece of paper and you need to understand it. Second thing you need to do is you need to understand what is your unique selling proposition. What makes you different from all the other marketers for me? What is your unique selling proposition? So anybody want to share theirs? Any brave souls? We got a lot of, oh, somebody did put a chat. We got a lot of people on here and nobody's wanting to tell me. Helping parents become engaged with their child's school. Okay, I like that, M. So M, curious, what's your business? Are you a coach, consultant, mentor? Let me know what your business is, because I would love to dig a little deeper in that one. Consultant, author, helping people. Okay, Stephen, helping people overcome depression and trauma. Okay, awesome. See, that's good. I'm a graphic designer and brand strategist. Love it. Okay, you guys get it. Okay, so now you know the problem you're solving. So now you need to understand what is your unique selling proposition. Once again, I'm going to give you a great example because I'm going to share with you a plumber. Right? A plumber. There's so many plumbers. There's a ton of them. And I met with this plumber and I said, hey, what's your unique selling proposition? He's like, well, Kat, I'm just like any other plumber. I don't really have one. I'm like, yeah, you do. I know you do. We're going to pull it out. And so I said, what's the one thing that your competitors fail in? What do they fail in? He goes, it's easy. They don't call people back. And he goes, we call people back within 24 hours, no matter what. I said, that is awesome. That is your unique selling proposition. You call people back and you can say that in all your marketing. Hey, call us. We will call you back. Now, do you understand unique selling proposition? So what is your unique selling proposition? Anybody want to share? Because every one of you is unique. You are. And if you can't extrapolate that, if you can't define that, you need to have a strategy session with somebody, because that is so important to set you apart. And I'll give you an example. My unique selling proposition for hashtag social buzz is we give the first 30 days for free. Okay, right? Is that not unique? Very unique. Okay, so think about your business, think about your unique selling proposition, because this is really, really important. It's what sets you apart. Okay, your audience. Okay, Stephen McFarland said, have a test drive before we start. Yep, there you go. Our free consultation. I mean, so, people think that doesn't, like, it's old cliche. No, it's not. A lot of people don't even know that consultation is free. So don't think it's old cliche, please. Okay, know your audience. Okay, who here knows your audience? Because Here's the thing. The better that you know your audience, the less likely you're going to waste dollars. I'm going to repeat myself. The more you can drill down your audience, the less likely you're going to waste marketing dollars. And so what do I mean by know your audience? You have to create a persona or an avatar for them, give them a name. For instance, let's say if your avatar, and we'll use me again, for example, let's say that your avatar is small business owners or solopreneurs or independent contractors. Okay. So I'm drilling it down. And then let's just say that let's say I only work with women-owned business. I'm drilling it down again. And let's say that of those businesses, I only work with accountants. I'm drilling it down one more time. So again, as somebody has told me in the past in another workshop, there are riches in niches. And I believe that because you stay focused, you stay laser focused. So think about that as you create your personas or your avatar for your business, because you do want to drill it down. You want to drill it down as far down as you can. And you can have more than one audience. Yes, 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 yes. I'll give you an example, another example. Okay. I'm a woman-owned business. I definitely target women-owned business because I can relate. I am a veteran-owned business. I definitely target veteran-owned business because I'm a veteran. I can relate. And then I definitely target minority-owned businesses because I'm a minority and I get it. I totally get it. And you know what? These three categories are the categories of business that always get left out. So think about that in your persona and your avatar. Okay, Kareem says, I sell products on Amazon and I offer free item when they purchase my, oh, awesome. That is your unique selling proposition. That is awesome, Kareem. That is a great thing for you. So I appreciate you sharing. Thank you so much. Okay, so back to audience again. Know who your audience is, please. Know exactly who your audience is and make sure that your audience is, you're targeting in on who your audience is, okay? Make sure that it is exactly honed in, okay? Because the more that you can define it, the more that you can target it, the better for you, okay? So just keep that in mind. It prevents you from wasting money, basically. I don't care I don't care if it's social media, marketing, anything. It prevents you from wasting a lot of money. Okay, here's the best question. So when you are doing marketing and advertising, I don't care if you do it yourself or you hire someone, what are your expectations? Does anybody want to share your expectations? Anybody? Share in the chat. Go ahead. Feel free to drop in what your expectations are. What do you want to happen? Okay, perfect. Kareem says more sales. I love it. Perfect. And now here's what I'm going to challenge you, Kareem, is by what percentage? Is it a 5%, 10%? How many more sales? And is that monthly? Is that quarterly? No, let's be realistic, Kareem. I love the 250%, but that's a little pushing it. So let's be realistic, because again, you don't want to set yourself up for failure. If you currently are increasing your sales by, I love it. He goes 20%. Here's a way to gauge it. If you currently are right now have sales and month after month or quarter after month, you've slowly grown, let's say 5%. And let's say now that you want to make that 10%, that's realistic. That's what I want you guys to understand and know, because you got to have manageable expectations. Okay. Cindy said, word of mouth advertising from customers to bring to people they know, bringing more customers. Awesome. And you can control that, Cindy. You can control that by trying to get these people to do public reviews. I love it. That's perfect, Cindy. That is perfect. So you have a game plan. You just got to create that strategy and put it out there. Anybody else want to share your expectations for when you do marketing and advertising? Anybody else? So if you want it to grow, you've got to have some kind of gauge against it, a percentage, a number. If someone says, hey, I want people to just reach out to me. Okay. How many people do you want to reach out to me? So hold yourself accountable, write it down, put it on a plan. You've got to have these goals out there and you've got to write them down and you got to hold somebody accountable. If it's not yourself, it's your team, it's someone. Okay. Now, okay, know your numbers. What do I mean by know your numbers? Know your numbers means understand and know what kind of activity do you get now. Does anybody monitor their Google Analytics? Is anybody monitoring their social media analytics? Anybody doing any of that? Anybody looking at your numbers? Okay, awesome. Steven says he is. Anybody else? Anybody else looking at the back end? And here, I will tell you that if you're not looking at your Google Analytics, if you're not looking at your social analytics, it is so telling. It's going to let you know if you're wasting your dollars. It will tell you if you're wasting your dollars. So please look at your numbers on the back end. And at some point, I am going to have a training on how to interpret Google Analytics and social media analytics, because I feel like this is a part that is very weak with a lot of business owners, that you don't understand numbers. And these numbers are so compelling and it's so telling. It can tell you like what page they dropped off at. It can tell you like what's the most popular page, if they're going to any other pages. So it will help you improve your marketing. I promise you. Okay. Okay. So here's the opportunity for all of us here, all of you. Thank you so much for joining me. Here is the opportunity for you. Over 40% of small businesses do not have a presence on social media. Can you believe that? Over 40% of small businesses do not have a presence on social media. And a lot of times that is because of their own objections to social media. They personally don't want to be on it. They personally think it's, garbage, or it's a place to just vent. And, if you engage in that stuff, of course, that's what you get, because that's the AI, artificial intelligence, feeding you all that crap. So if you engage in it, it will feed you. If you don't engage in it, it will feed you what you engage in. Okay. So the other opportunity for all of you, social media is free. Everybody knows and understands that social media is free, right? It's free, completely and utterly free. If you don't have a business page on Facebook, you should have one. If you don't have one on Instagram, you should. If you don't have one on Twitter or LinkedIn, do you have to post to all of them? No, absolutely not. Pick and choose your battles. Okay. Pick and choose your battles. But I tell you what, if you create a profile page on as many as you can and get it started for like a month, and then put your energy in the ones that you want, it is great for SEO, search engine optimization. It is so great for SEO, search engine optimization. And that's a whole other training ground. Okay. The thing about social media, keep in mind, it is a lot of work. It is a lot of work. And I think people think it's so easy. They're like, oh, I can hire my high schooler to do it. Hell no, you can't. That's your brand. That's your reputation. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? You need to hire a professional. You don't ever want to get sued for using images that you have no rights to use. And it has happened. It's a minimum of $250,000. That's how much you'll get sued if you use somebody else's image and you didn't pay for it. So keep that in mind. So social media is free. It's just a lot of work. And I'm going to walk you through how you can do it effectively and create some momentum. First and foremost, you have to have a plan. Just like when you're taking a trip, you take your family on a car trip or something, you map it out, right? Because you want to know where you're going. You map it out so that you make it really efficient. You're not winging it. Maybe some people do, but you're going to save a lot more money and time if you map it out and have a plan. Okay. You got to know where you're going. You got to know from A to Z, how do I get there? What am I going to do? So having a plan is key. The other thing you have to know and understand is what's the process to do business with you? What is the process? Everybody has a different process. Everybody has a different flow. And some people call it a sales cycle. Some people call it a funnel. Some people call it their business process. Some people call it an SOP, standard operating procedure. What is your process? Okay. And this is just a hypothetical one. This is everybody at the end of the day has to do the top things. You got to attract, convert, close, and delight. So I always tell people, you got to do those things. And how do you do those things? Are you attracting them with, hashtags, keywords, content? Are you converting them with a proposal, booking a meeting, in a cart of some kind, if you have an e-commerce store, and then how do you close it? Are you following up? Is it another meeting? Is it an onboarding process? What are you doing? And then to delight is the thank yous, and for Cindy, the referrals, the surveys. Okay. So know what your process is. Okay. Before I teach you the nuances, all the good stuff, the ins and outs of social media, I want to give you a big picture of what social media is all about. Okay. So big picture, what social media is all about is, if you can just imagine that social media is this huge party, right? This huge party. So hypothetically, we go to this huge party. And when you go to the party, just like any party, you'll see pockets of people, right? Pockets of people, because we gravitate to the groups of people that we identify with, right? And maybe some people are by the food, they're foodies, maybe some people are by the bar, they like, a cocktail or two, or maybe some people are by a dance floor and they're dancing, but we gravitate. So that's what social media is like. I don't care if it's the Facebook party, the Instagram party, the Twitter party, it doesn't matter. They all function the same way. Your job at the party is to entertain and engage, right? The other people that are there. And social media is the same way. You got to think about it big picture, please, 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 because that's going to help you structurally understand what kind of content you want out there, because you always have to keep your audience in mind. Okay. So as I alluded to, social media, your job is to educate, entertain, and engage. That is it. Educate, entertain, and engage. And this is for your future customers, not everyone, just your specific future customers. So have that persona in mind, have that avatar in mind. Okay. Because you're not here to do it for everyone. You're here to do it for your future customer. Okay. Now, before you get all wrap into like, let's get going, Kat, first thing you want to do is make your life way easier by creating a content calendar. Okay. You want to create a content calendar. And again, have your goal in mind. Okay. Because it cannot be self-serving. I have some clients that say, well, I just want you to post about me every day. Me, 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 me. Well, not everybody wants to hear about me, 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 me every day, right? Are we really, educating, entertaining, and engaging people when we just post about me, 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 me? Probably not. So I wrote down this hypothetical content calendar that you guys could use, or you can move around and switch up. Let's say Mondays are motivation. Make sure that the motivation is really geared toward your future customers. So let's say that this was for me and I was going after veteran-owned business. My motivation would probably be a veteran quote, right? Veteran quote. So Tuesday, let's say it's tips. I'm going to offer tips on social media, not everything all at once and just throw up like, blah. No, just one tip, one little tip. That's it. And then let's say Wednesdays are your selling your service. When you sell your service, you sell it hard. You put a price point, you put a call to action. You really do sell it. And then let's say Thursdays are blog, video, or article. So keep in mind that you would prefer to use your personal blog, video, or article. But if you don't have any original content, then use a credible resource. A credible resource meaning Business Insider or Wall Street Journal or some other credible resource in your industry, okay, your trade. And then Friday, let's say it's community or meme. And the only reason I put community or meme is Fridays are the least likely watched posts, just so you guys know. It's the least likely. Unless you're in retail, you hit it hard. You can do 2 selling days. Okay. But if you're not in retail, then make it community, make it a meme, make it a poll, make it something fun. Okay. Okay. So what is the minimum to post? 3 times a week is minimum. That is the minimum. Ideally, you want to be 5 times a week because consistency. Remember, we talked about consistency. Ideally, 5 times a week. But here's the reality. If you're doing this on your own, even if you strive for once a week, then grow that to twice a week, and then grow that to 3 times a week, like you set your own guidelines here, because I don't want you guys set yourself up for failure. I want you guys all to succeed. 3 times minimum is awesome. 5 times is fantastic. Okay. 3 times minimum, awesome. 5 times is fantastic. And then if you do it, if you can be consistent on the same 3 days, that's fine. If you're not, it doesn't matter. Just do 3 days, right? Just do 3. Don't kill yourself is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay. So at the end of the day, all you're doing is you're telling your story over and over and over on social media. That's your job. That's what you're doing. So as I alluded to, this is a big party. Okay. So when you're telling your story, you make sure that it's easy for people to get a hold of you. And I gave you some examples because if you can see is if the social media asks for it, fill it in. So if you are a brick and mortar, put your address there. If you don't put your address on your social pages, nobody's going to show up. If you're a brick and mortar, you have a phone number, put your phone number. If you're a brick and mortar, you have a website, put your website. Okay. If you are brick and mortar and you have hours, make sure you populate that. Okay. Everything in social media is set up because it's a search engine, just like Google. Okay. So everything that it asks for, please plug it in because it's there for a reason. It's there to optimize the profile. It's there to help people find you. And it's also there to help people to get a hold of you the best way possible. Same thing on, here's another profile, and this one has the little blurb about them. So just keep in mind that the more that you can populate, the better for you. Okay. So now we're getting into the nitty gritty. We're talking posts now. Now it's time to post. Okay. So this is how you build a post. Okay. And this is the breakdown. It's a breakdown for any post. Some things can be eliminated. But this is pretty much the structure of your post. You want to have a headline. Everybody needs a headline, and the headline needs to be gripping. It needs to get someone's attention. Then you want to have the body, and the body can be short. It can be long. That's your preference. Okay. What you want to do is break it up though. If you do have a long one, break it up. And then you want to have a close. Okay. How do you going to close that? Are you going to give credit to an article? Are you going to give credit to an organization? What is the close on this? And then CTA is literally just call to action. What is your call to action? So is your call to action going to be book now, learn more, shop now? So there's so many call to actions, and we'll go through them. And then finally, adding your hashtags. So adding hashtags appropriately and not just adding hashtags to stuff them. I guess the biggest thing I see that a lot of businesses do is like dump all these hashtags. A lot of them aren't even relevant to the post because they think it's going to do something just fantastic for this post. You're probably doing more damage than good because hashtags have to be relevant to your posts. Okay. So just keep that in mind, and we'll go through hashtags. So headline needs to get someone's attention. Anybody want to give an example of a headline that they use that worked really well for them? Anybody daring enough to give an example? And you just need to put it in the chat. You can put it just to me. I'll read it to everyone. You don't need to put it for everyone. So if you're embarrassed about it, I'll use an example. So a headline that we use for like hashtag social buzz, we start with the first 30 days are free. if you see first 30 days are free, I can almost promise you're going to like want to read the rest of the post, right? You're going to like, oh, let's read that. Let's figure that out. Let's see what that's all about. Okay. So a headline really needs to grip the person in their feed, right? Remember, you're going through a feed. It needs to get their attention. So keep that in mind when you're creating a headline for your post. Okay. So here's an example of a post that I screenshot and put here. And here's their headline: coaches and marketing agencies. We will place an appointment setter inside your business. If they don't perform, you don't pay. That's a good headline. I hate to say that's a great headline. If we don't perform, you don't pay, right? So that's awesome. So he's telling you exactly, setting himself up to really captivate you in the first sentence. And I'm telling you guys, this is what all the big guys are doing. You've got to create that headline that's going to captivate someone in that first sentence. Okay. The other thing I want you to point out and show you is people don't do paragraphs on social media. They do line by line. And I hope that you see that and understand that, because people don't write paragraphs. There are so many posts that I read from clients where they're writing in paragraphs, and that's not the way to do social media. People are linear, people read down. Okay. So you want to make sure that you're writing so that it's the flow of the social media platform, which all of them are linear and they all go up and down. Okay. So I put the results of this one that they had. Keep in mind, this was a sponsored ad, meaning they pushed it out in front of people. Okay. So 589 people had liked that, 67 comments, 28 shares. Okay. So just keep in mind, it was a paid ad. Here's another one with a short description. So this one had a short description. And so this one says, reveal how quickly you can acquire business, unlimited leads for zero money, and the result of 30 years of test and prove a strategy. So I will let you know my feedback on this. I think I would reword that headline. If I was him, I would have reworded that. And I would have said, learn how to acquire business and unlimited leads for $0. That's what I would have put, because that would have caught my attention. Okay. So just keep in mind that not everybody knows how to do it right. Okay. But if you do it right, then you'll win at this. I promise you, you'll win. But the whole point of this example is to show you that how I would reword his headline, and that a short copy works too. Short copy works too. So don't always feel like you have to do long copy. Okay. Okay. This is another example. Okay, here's a great example. I love sharing this example because this lady sells ways on how you can do a video. And she says that you can create these 60-second videos. She's going to give you the templates you're going to get all this, and then it's valued at this, and you only pay for $147. And it's a Black Friday special, which I like her headline. Okay. I even like her dialogue. I like everything about this. The only thing I don't like, she used a static image. Why would you talk about video and not show your video? Think about that for a second. She's pushing video, but that's a static image. That is not a video. It was not a video. Okay, there needs to be more words in capital letters to highlight them and bring a person's attention to the heading. Yes, but don't use all caps. Please don't ever use all caps. People, social media hates that, just so you know. Thank you, Cindy. It's great feedback. Okay, so in this one, like I said, I love how she set it up. I like her heading. I like the dialogue she used. She spells out what you get, the value, but yet you won't ever see a sample of her video. So to me, I'm like, because I'm so transparent, I'm like, bullshit on this. Why didn't you use a video? I want to see your video. Like, if you really tell me that you can do videos that are going to drive traffic, why didn't you use a video? Right? Like, so be careful. Like, when you're putting things out there, Oh, I like how she said Black Friday could be in caps. No, 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 Cindy. I promise you, Facebook told her not to put that in caps. I promise you, because Facebook, especially and Instagram, do not like caps, just so you know. They just don't. They don't want it in caps. They feel like you're yelling at people. They want to create this nice, safe environment. They'll even tell you, they're like, we don't want you to torment our audience. So no caps. I promise you, they do not like caps on the top. Never, never, ever, you know, because she does use them on the bottom. But if she used them on top, Facebook would have not allowed this to be approved. I promise you. So anyways, back to the video. You know, if someone is pushing this and pushing his product, oops, because she didn't use a video, I don't believe any of this stuff. You know, I personally, there's a lot of people pushing a lot of products. And if you really want to set yourself apart, you would have used a video to sell your video. So just keep that in mind. So whatever you're selling, put the image of it, of whatever it is that you're selling, because that really makes a big difference. Okay. So again, another example of, you know, again, linear, you want to do linear. You want to make sure your message is clear. You can put links in your posts. That's okay. Hashtags, I keep to a minimum. Hashtags keep to a minimum. But you pretty much see the layout. It is that template. I'm telling you, it's the same template that I gave you guys. Okay. So call to action. What is your call to action? So anybody want to share what your call to actions are? Anybody? What are your call to actions that you currently are using when you're posting or using social media? Anybody want to share? Anybody? So like mine, I do free consult. I do that. I say book now when I say first 30 days are free. Anybody else? No, nobody wants to share. Okay. Okay. Steve says book a free consult today. That's awesome. Lena says, call us now, link in bio. Okay, Lena, I've got to give you some feedback. Don't say link in bio. Please don't say that. You got to put the link, drop the link in there. Make it easy. When you say link in bio, I promise you, nobody's going to go there. They're lazy. You have to assume people are lazy. People are very, very lazy. And I'm not saying lazy as in like they're stupid and they're lazy. I'm talking lazy as in they don't want to move. They don't want to go search it. They don't want to search it. I promise you, they don't want to search it. Drop it there. Make it easy for them. It's clickable. I promise you. Yes, I understand, Abigail. Instagram does not allow clickable likes. So for IG, you have to say link in bio. Yes, you are correct. Now, because you said that, Abigail, think about the platform, think about the time and energy you put on there. Because I, for one, okay, and maybe you're getting a lot of leads from there. I, for one, have only gotten one lead from Instagram, and it was from a paid ad through my social media. Okay, because you can't put links in those posts. They don't want you to sell. And if they do want you to sell, it's mostly e-commerce because they do have plugins for the e-commerce to pull in their inventory. Okay, so please keep that in mind, because I'm not poo-pooing on Instagram. I'm not. I promise you, I'm not. But they make it hard for you to get people to convert. They make it hard, very hard. So it's more of a platform for entertaining, definitely entertaining and educating. It is not a platform for selling typically, just so you know, because they do not. But good news is they are going to be starting to allow links. When it launches, I have no idea. I know it's going to be in 2023. They will allow links, and it's coming and it will happen. I promise you. So it will put an end to me poo-pooing on it. Okay. So here's some closing call to action examples for you. Learn more, book a free consult, join today, shop now, download now, get today, free offer, coupon code. Those are all call to actions. All of them are. So here's what I will tell you. You have to tell your future customers what to do. And then beyond that, you have to make it easy for them and put the link there or whatever it is that you need them to do. Okay. So you have to tell your future customers what to do. Okay. So keep that in mind, because that is part of social media. It's part of the close, it's part of the call to action. Okay. Tagging. Does anybody here understand and know what tagging is? Anybody? And drop it in the chat if you know, or raise your hand, anything. Does anybody know what tagging is? Anybody? Nobody? Nobody knows. Okay, we're going to assume. Okay, I see Steven raised his hand. So I'm assuming Steven's the only one that knows. Okay. Tagging is when you use the @ sign, right? That @ sign. When you tag it and it highlights, that means you tagged it. If it doesn't highlight, you did not tag it. Okay. So you see join Kat Ramirez as she walks you through the 10 things you need to know. That was tagged. Okay. The beauty and benefit of tagging is it has to be relevant to the posts, but you're borrowing someone else's momentum. If I'm a Packers fan, right? I'm a Packers. I am here, Green Bay, Wisconsin. I'm not in Green Bay, but I'm near it. And the Packers lost. And let's say if they won, and I said, hey, congratulations, Green Bay Packers. Do you know how many people follow the Green Bay Packers page? It's like let's pretend like it's 1 billion people. I'm borrowing that momentum. Are we clear on what tagging means? You can tag business pages, you can tag people, you can tag places. Does everybody get what tagging means? Anybody not get it? Because I'm moving on if you don't. Okay. Okay, the other thing you want to do correctly is hashtags. Does anybody here know what hashtags are for? Does anybody want to drop it in the chat? Anybody know? Anybody have any idea? Anybody understand what hashtags are for? Does anybody use hashtags? Nobody? Linking by subsections or topic. Okay. Yes. Okay. Deidre says yes. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So again, each social media platform is a huge search engine. Okay. It's a huge search engine. If you want to highlight a keyword, that's why you hashtag. Now, what you don't want to do is don't put a hashtag of something that's not relevant to the post. Okay. So if you're talking about social media and Facebook and LinkedIn, you can hashtag and tag all of those things, right? You can hashtag and tag all of those things. If I'm talking about social media and the power of social media and giving a tip, and then I tag Green Bay Packers and I hashtag Packers, is that relevant? No, it's not. I'm not talking about Green Bay Packers. I'm talking about social media. Okay. Does that make sense now? You got to make sure that your hashtags fit your posts. Okay. That they complement your post, they fit your posts, because they're there to help when someone searches. Okay. And people do search social media. I had someone say, nobody is searching social media. Yeah, they do. I search it all the time. Okay. The other thing you have to do, you have to, is reply to comments and messages. So if you're getting inbox messages and you're getting comments, if you don't report the spam, there's a way to report spam, right? You click report or delete, whatever it is that you're going to do. So report the spam, and then all the others, you've got to reply. Even if it's a simple thumbs up, you got to reply. And the reason why you're doing this is you're helping the algorithm for your social media. So the social media is going to serve you more if you're engaging with an audience. If you're engaging with an audience and you're getting lots of comments, lots and lots of comments, but you're not commenting back, it is not going to serve you. Okay. So just know that anytime people are leaving a ton of comments and you reply, you are helping the algorithm for your personal profile. Okay. And it doesn't matter if it's Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever. They all work the same. They're all measuring your engagement. Okay. And this is, again, inbox and comments on posts. Okay. So the other thing you want to do if you're not doing is you've got to have a strategy for video. You have to. Video is king. People watch more video nowadays on social media than anything else. Is there anybody here who has a video strategy that they're utilizing? Anybody using a video strategy? And again, these analytics come from the back end of social media. So if you're utilizing video, you will see that your audience views, your numbers, they'll all go up. And as you can see, it has like a heartbeat, and that's what you want. You want heartbeats, and some of them might have some spikes and some of them don't. So video is king. There is a prediction. If you talk to any leader in the trades of social media, they will tell you that probably within the next 2 to 3 years, content will be nothing but video. So I would challenge you and let you know that, yes, Carrie says shorts and reel strategy, awesome. And that's perfect. And those are great. Those are really, really great. So having some kind of video strategy in your social media content is key. And I would definitely, if you don't have one, you need to incorporate one. Okay. And then reviews. So this goes back to what Cindy was alluding to, how she wants her clients to refer her. The more public reviews you get, the better for you. And the reason why you want these public reviews, it builds affirmation. It builds credibility. So people trust you. So reviews are very compelling, extremely compelling. And if you don't have a Google My Business listing where people are able to drop a review like this one here on the side, I would highly encourage you to have one. You don't have to have a brick and mortar to have this on Google. And then I would also encourage you to turn on your reviews in your Facebook page. So any of the major ones, if you have a profile there, just get some reviews there. So Yelp, Facebook, Google, Angie's List, BBB, there's a lot of them that have public reviews. Any of those public reviews will solidify, and Google does present them here. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So reviews are king. And then contests. So another great way to get engagement. If you're not having engagement, if you're having challenges with engagement, contests are a great way to get engagement. You know, you're just giving up some product of yours maybe, or a gift card. You can partner with another business and give a gift card, especially like a local coffee shop or something. And then you can tag them, and it's a win-win for both you and the partner. But this is a great way to get engagement is, you know, you have people say, you know, tag a friend who you think might want to win this, or, you know, pets. If you have anything, pets is great. Pets and babies, food, pets, babies, and food. Those are all great for contests. And then merch, any merchandise too. So that's a great way. Okay. And then paid ads. Paid ads are there. Everybody's probably seen the boost button. I'm going to tell you the difference between the boost button and doing a paid campaign on the back end with a business manager or ads manager. Okay. So let me see. I thought that went against Facebook rules. What went against Facebook rules, Carrie? Tell me what you are telling me. Contests. No, you can do contests. We've been doing contests for clients all the time. So you can do contests. What Facebook does not like is if you put the contest and you say like, share, and comment. Those 3 words. So we do workarounds on those 3 words. We do not say like, share, and comment. That's what Facebook doesn't like. Oh, fab. I thought they weren't allowed to do like, tag a friend, etc. Makes sense. Yeah. So you can, and so what we do is we say, you know, heart us. We use words and that go against, or emojis that go against what they're detecting. So you got it, Carrie. You're getting it. So thanks for pointing it out. Yes. Facebook does not like it when you tell people to like, share, or comment. But there are words to walk around that you can still do contests. Yes, absolutely. Okay. The difference between the boost here, hitting this button, and a paid campaign. So both are good. Both are great. So don't think, you know, they're not. Okay. If you can do both and that's all you can do, that's awesome. What I'm going to share with you is the difference. The boost button is underserved inventory. So basically, It's telling you, it's feeding you. It's like the, I don't know, if you go to a casino, the slot machines, it's telling you, hey, put $5 here, put $5 here. It's kind of like that. Okay. So when you hit that button, okay, the boost button, you get to define some of the parameters, right? But it's also using all the unserved inventory. When you use an ad manager, you're able to now play with more of, right? More of the features. You're able to play with more of the features. You're able to control more of it. So like I said, I'm not poo-pooing on the boost, because if that's the best you can do, that is awesome. And it works for you. That's awesome. I have some clients that have been doing that since day one and they get tons of business, and so be it. I'm not trying to change them. And then I have clients that have tried that, it didn't work for them, and then do paid ads and it works great. So I am not poo-pooing on either. I'm just telling you the difference. Okay. Okay. At the end of the day, here's the reality. You just want to make it easy for someone to contact you. If you do not make it easy for someone to contact you, they will never, ever contact you. So I will repeat myself again. All social media, you want to make it easy for someone to contact you. If you do not make it easy for someone to contact you, they will never contact you. They are not going to search you out. They are not going to do it. They're going to find someone else. I promise you. They are not going to do the work. So make it easy for your future customers to get a hold of you. That's your one challenge, your one job. Make it easy for them to get a hold of you. That's what you got to do. Okay. The easier you make it for them, the easier it is for you to convert them. Okay. There's so much more that you can do. Oh my God. I can't believe I did this in less than an hour. Yay. There's so much more you can do. So let me tell you the story. I love telling the story. I always tell the story at the end of my training sessions. Is everybody familiar with McDonald's? And if somebody is not, please raise your hand. Anybody not familiar with McDonald's? Anybody? We're all familiar. Okay. McDonald's is a multi-billion-dollar company and it's well branded. Very well branded. Babies come out of the womb asking for chicken nuggets. How does that happen? Because that's how well branded they are. Okay. And so McDonald's started off as a little mom and pop store out in the middle of nowhere, just like all of us. Started off tiny business. And the one thing that they did to grow their brand and to get where they are, the multi-billion-dollar well-branded machine. And I like talking about where they are today, the multi-billion-dollar well-branded machine, because one would say, hey, McDonald's doesn't need to advertise because everybody knows them, right? No, you will never, ever, ever see McDonald's go dark, ever. You'll never see McDonald's go dark. What do I mean by that? You're never not going to see them on a billboard. You're never not going to see them on cable TV. You're never not going to see them on social media. You're never not going to see them on a bus, ad or something. You're never not going to. Okay. The reason why McDonald's knows that if they don't remind you and I to buy a Big Mac every single day, day after day, day after day, they will lose hundreds and thousands of dollars in one day. One day. So big picture, I'm not telling you to spend the money that McDonald's does. I'm not telling you to use a platform McDonald's does. What I'm trying to share with you is their strategy, big picture strategy. Their strategy of being consistent and never forgetting to remind their future customers every single day who they are, what they do, and how to get a hold of them. That's what I'm trying to share with you. Because this is a very good example. And it's not just of McDonald's, it's any well-branded machine out there. They're not going to just stop marketing, because if they stop, their competitors win. So keep that in mind as you think about your marketing and what you're doing and your strategy, because your strategy has to be consistency and reminding your future customers every single day, day after day after day, who you are, what you do, and how to get a hold of you. That's one part of your strategy. Anybody will tell you marketing and advertising is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So anybody who wants this get rich quick stuff or instant gratification, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. It takes minutia. It takes consistency. If you're putting in the effort, if you're putting in the work, it will pay off. I promise. Just like when you invest in a 401k, just like when you buy real estate, it pays off. I promise you, over time, it will pay off. I promise you. So at the end of the day, you have two options to grow your business. First, you hire or pay someone. Sorry. First, it's you. Sorry. First is you. You do the hard work. You pound the pavement. You knock on doors. You do it. Okay. You build the social media platforms. You're posting. You're doing everything that you can to grow your business. Second, you hire someone. And the second, by the way, is you graduate to that. That's a great place to be because you grow your business so to a level and you say, now I'm going to offload this. Someone else is going to do this. Okay. So you hire someone or pay someone to do it. There is no third option. It's just like a bank or ATM machine. If you do nothing, you get nothing. If you put no money in, you get no money out. So there is no third option. If you're choosing the third option now, I will tell you, I can predict your future. Okay. And then when do you stop marketing? Never. McDonald's is never going to stop. Okay. Any of the other big brands are never going to stop. They know that they have to remind their future customers who they are, what they do, and how to get a hold of them. And that's what you have to do. So anybody have any questions? Now, if you want to unmic yourself, if you have any questions, I'm here to answer any questions anybody might have, because I'm here. I got, over 27 years of expertise. Utilize it if you want. Anybody have any questions? No, we're good. Did anybody get anything out of this? I'm sorry if you've covered this, was putting little man to bed. I love it. How do you deal with trolls? Okay, can you elaborate? And when you say trolls, very insightful. Awesome, Deidre. Thank you for the feedback. She said very insightful. Thank you so much for the feedback. I appreciate it. So when you say trolls, so TikTok people jumping on with negativity. Okay, so here's the reality is good or bad, it's engagement. You can't worry about it. You can respond to it for sure, because that's what people are going to do. People, there are good people out there and there are rude people. So there's a lot of, Lena says, thanks so much. It was a great webinar. Awesome. Thank you for joining, Lena. So at the end of the day, yes, you're going to get good comments. You're going to get bad comments. And that's just the reality of life. And on some platforms, you can hide those. On TikTok, I am not sure, Carrie, if you can hide those. On Facebook, I know for a fact you can, because you don't want to delete them. You don't ever want to delete a comment from someone, because a lot of times they get notified that. Stephen, great talk. Thank you so much. Great presentation. Awesome. Thank you, Stephen, for joining me. On Facebook, if you guys get negative comments, do not delete them, hide them. There is a way to hide them. If you delete them, you're only encouraging bad behavior. That's all you're doing. So again, don't want to encourage bad behavior. Ignoring is a good thing. Any engagement is always good, period, good or bad. I always chuckle to myself, because if someone gives me something bad comment or whatever, I'm okay, bring it on. I'm not going to battle them on social media about it though. I'm not. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth your time. No, I found I can draw negativity on that platform. Didn't know whether to do a video to respond professionally, to up the engagement, or just comment or ignore, but totally will take your advice and comment. Awesome. And I also would encourage you, Carrie, to do a video talking about it. So I think that's a great thing. That's a great idea. I would totally encourage you to do that for sure. Awesome. Any other questions? Anybody else? That was a great question. Thank you, Carrie. Appreciate it. Anybody else? Any other questions? No? Okay. Certainly hit me up. Stand Out and Grow is my podcast website. I have the video links there, the podcast links there. So if you want more information, if you want to check out I do the marketing minutes. So they're all there. We'll send you send your links. So Stephen, you said you will send me links, or? Oh no. Yeah. Okay. Akima, excellent presentation. Awesome. Thank you for joining me. Cindy, how much do ads cost on Facebook? Great question, Cindy. As little as $1 a day. As little as $1 a day. That is a great question. So I recommend more than $1 a day, but as little as $1 a day. If you have a limited budget, help. I have ads on autopilot that go forever and ever and ever, that I have a retargeting at $30 a month. I have a growth campaign at $30 a month, $1 a day. And so each of those have a $1 a day campaign. So it's a great way to start. $1 a day. It's a great way. Okay. So we'll send those to us. Sorry. Yes, I will. I will. You'll see me reply to the Eventbrite and send you. Where can I find your packages? If you go to the hashtag socialbuzz.com, you will find it there and what you offer. Yes, it will be at the hashtag socialbuzz. Okay, awesome. You got that. Yay. Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate your time. Thank you for joining me. Thank you so much. This was great. It went by quickly. I think it's because nobody really spoke out, but that's okay. That's okay. Cindy, thank you very much. Thank you. And if you need anything, if any suggestions for the next social media workshop, please send it to me. I updated this because somebody said, Kat, I would like to have more steps on how to post. I said, sure. And that's what I did. So I hope that everybody has a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Bye.